Okay, so here's underneath. I don't know exactly where the colors of the four flat. I got to take this apart. Oh, look at that neon green. Dude, I had it going on when I put this four flat in here. Melted my light bulbs. That's not cool. So let me cut this apart, do some more analyzing, and bring you back down when we've got some brain power figured out. Okay, so a couple days later, the first one I bought, well, that's the one that, look, it's supposed to be for this truck. Apparently I don't have the original factory pin configuration because now we've switched to this style. So I thought I was going to save myself some time maybe, but with these connectors and the Molex connectors and all that fun stuff, oh look, the white's coming out of the harness. Okay, that's fine. No, just because I think this one is simpler now. So we're going to go back to this one. Oh, the bud's clean, by the way. So going back to this one, and I think I'm going to take this guy here apart and then wire it directly into this one. Is looking pretty, I mean, you could sand this stuff and clean it up, but size beefy wires. Then I thought, oh, I can hook up this, would be great. Then I don't have to run an adapter because it has a 4 flat on the bottom. Boom, I could hook up whatever I wanted, whenever. Then the problem with it is the pigtail for this, you have to hook up your 4 flat now. I don't have now. I'm supposed to be mini bike racing this weekend. So, the 4 flat that I put in here a long time ago, I think these wires are too thin. They're just not enough to carry the load for, that's just ground. I don't think it's enough to carry the load of what the trailer needs, because the white is the ground. The red's not connected right now, so I don't want to pull power through a thin wire to feed the camper. So still contemplating that, or I just run an adapter and just go with this and you're good. So I'm going to pull this apart. I'm going to nip these wires down, clean everything up, make it so that I'm probably going to solder it because that's just how I roll, and then heat shrink it back together. Okay, so I'm going to go get some tools. Okay, so I was looking for something in the back of the truck, and lo and behold, I found this pigtail whip. Could be a pigtail, but it's really long, so it's more of a whip, where the guy that I bought the camper from threw this in. So what I'm gonna do is permanently mount this for now. We'll go tricky later. I need to get on this road to being done. I got many bikes to prep and other stuff to going on. So I'm thinking this will reach. It's gonna be really close. If not, it's just gonna lay in the bed after and we'll worry about it later. But I'm gonna drill a hole for now. That is, and then you gotta be careful. There's a gas filler neck here, coming straight over. So it's gotta be behind that. There's the gas filler neck about right here. This, and then there's a pretty big gap between that and the actual metal of the inner bed, because it's a dual wall. There's an outer wall that's, you see from, but there's an inner wall to protect the outer wall from getting ballpark frame dents in it. So yeah, let me go. I'm gonna drill through the hole. That sounded weird. That scared me. But I use this as a reference because originally I looked at everything and a good spot was 23 3/4 up here, but it put me right on this angled part. So that's not gonna work for us. So instead of I'm just gonna center it up, make it look clean, keep it high enough to where if I switch it to a 4 flat on the bottom, there's still room for that. So it'll look a little bit high, but that's cool too if the bed on the slope fills with water to a certain point. But there is drain holes up here, so that'll never happen. But that's just the splashing zone, and that's just the way I think. So let me get the hole drilled. I did check this. The 2 inches are gonna be really close. I might have to file out for this top piece right there. And let me drill that, we'll come back. Okay, we came up a little short at the back end to make the turn to go into the socket at the receiver. So, 2 things. I'm not gonna mount it here to this. I'm gonna gain like 3 inches and go all the way there. If we're still short, then we're going to move where the receiver is, the bracket that holds it to the receiver, to the plug. We're gonna cut that and move it 3 or 4 inches towards the driver's side, and we should be able to sweep that in there and then be done with this thing. I like this one better. It's a much heavier cable, got great insulation protection on there. So I'm gonna cut this out, mount this to the actual bed wall, and that's probably 3 inches. Ooh, maybe more. That'll be nice. Okay, now there's a very specific reason I'm using 1.5 inch long screws, just because that's what I had. And yes, I checked. It does not hit the other side. Nice and easy on the crank. Don't crank it too hard. These are some big old screws already, and the last thing you want to do is make the hole worse and make them even bigger. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Those that are curious, the cable's so stiff and it's so straight out there, I'm not really in fear of nicking it with these screws either. So, there is a variable speed control on a drill motor screw gun for a reason. Otherwise, you don't have to go for a blast. Done. Looks like it'll clear. Looks like it'll clear. I was concerned about that lid. There's a little something on the inside I'd cut it off if I have to. That part's done. Okay, so drill with the hole saw. Looks pretty good on center. I kind of did it rougher dimensions than I normally do. Kind of in a hurry. Looks great. Bet of the truck. Drilled through the here pretty good, and then there was a big gap before I could get it to the metal. I didn't realize it was that far back. So I just felt it there, kept the motor off, the clip off, and just kind of went boom as straight as I could. And then I drilled through there. Just remember, when you're drilling through with a hole saw, the last thing you want to do is push that drill and make a dent in the outside wall. So when I'm pushing, I'm barely pushing, and I make sure that if it does release, my hand can't go. I'm like mounted here as good grippers, and just let it do its job, let it cut it, and then you won't pound through. Okay, so then we got that now. And I was able to weave this in here. No, really, you'll see. Check it out, just to show you. There we go. So you're gonna get the one ear in first, the second ear in. There we go. Oh yeah. So now, at least for the minute, we may try to just mount this to the bed liner for the minute. And it, yep, doesn't quite fit. Yep, there we go. Sweet. Look at how awesome that looks. 1/4 inch gap because I wanted to keep more on the bottom, remember? So now we got to go underneath and try and find that stuff. Okay. Let's put this about here. Come over here. Oh, look at that. We got a cord. I should probably have zip ties with me so we can see where it came out in front of the filler neck, which we may want to be able to go over this flexible rubber part. I really don't want to zip tie it to the filler neck, but maybe the little connection. I'm trying to run as straight as I can. What is that? That doesn't look right. Huh. I'll have to check that out soon. Anyhow, the whole biggie is just see if this thing will reach all the way back and plug in. Otherwise, plan C. Let's see. Oh, it's way over there. Okay. So Cookie tells me we're not gonna make it. I don't think. Gotta get away from the suspension. Anything that moves or bounces. And if worst case scenario, I'm gonna lay the thing in the bed and over the fender well. I just lay it there. But I don't think that's gonna work either. So, do some more calculating. I took the grinder and cut out what I traced over or scribed around the one with the Sharpie. So I can just scored the outside so I don't have to cut all the way through with the knife. That's never fun. Shortest point. There we go. Hopefully. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go over this plastic part. That part. The metal's still probably in the hole saw. Nope, it's in there too. Okay, let me go pull. Let's see you hold that. Let's see if we can get this the first time. Really hard to see. Get up in the hole. Get up in the hole. There we go. There we go. Come on, buddy. Come on. Okay. Have a chance at that one. It's totally blocking your way. Thread. Not much thread, didn't want to strip it. Not enough thread, period. Right? see, maybe I got a little bit longer than I thought. Let me run. One more run. Okay, so here's where it came through. So you can see how long the screws are, plenty of clearance. Didn't really change much here. I didn't really gain anything. Okay, but that's better. I'd rather have it in there and then if the bed liner's in or not. But you don't want to crank too hard on this right here. You don't want to crank it over, just bounce around all the time. So we kind of need to leave a little bit of something. Tighten these up. Tighten that up. Yeah, is the stuff falling in your face too? Is that's no fun. And then right now I gotta make sure that this stays up there. Okay. Another zip tie. Of course it's way up there. Hold please. Let's see. Get you there. You're probably gonna fall. Nope. Sorry, folks. You're upside down, though. Okay. Got a trick set up for this. I can feel it. Okay. I'm funny. So, does that work? Can you see that? Oh, yeah. Where you at? There you are. Okay. So, what I'm thinking is, place to mount this. Hopefully you can see that. So what I'm going to do is come around here. For those that have never experienced these, see the bend that goes towards the inside. If you have the bend out, it won't zip to be a zip tie. So go around here, go around here, go around here. I know everybody's put zip ties together, but I guarantee there's somebody watching this that's like, huh? That's okay. I said, huh, the first couple times. So I'm gonna try that. Look at that. Wow. That's some serious whatever word right there. Okay. Well, hopefully you saw that. But I wrapped a zip tie around it right here to hold it at the hole. Right. Okay. You know, there may come a day where I don't have to do this on dirt. We'll see. Okay. That's not too much light right in your eyes. Because we're not there. Ouch. And ouch. Okay, so what happened? How we doing? How you doing here? See, it comes like right here. I don't even know if that's gonna work with the other. Earlier isn't gonna make a difference, right? Okay, so anyhow, my other option, here's the end of my receiver, there's the receiver, but this is just welded right here, and cut those off, slide this thing to the end, so I can make that corner, hopefully. Otherwise, we'll figure out some other crazy way to do all this. Okay, so here's underneath. I don't know exactly where the colors of the 4 flat. I got to take this apart. Oh, look at that neon green. Dude, I had it going on when I put this 4 flat in here. Melted my light bulbs. That's not cool. So let me cut this apart, do some more analyzing, bring you back down when we've got some brain power figured out. Okay, so final go, round one. This is really close. Took it out of here, rounded it, tucked it into the bumper, brought it over the top, zip tied it right here, so it's pretty firm. This is in there nice. It'll stay nice. Came around the spare tire here, over the frame there, and then I kept it completely away from the suspension, as you can see there. So nothing's gonna catch it, nothing's gonna rub on it, ruin it. I'm going 100 miles away this weekend, and I'm not towing a trailer or anything, so it's only camper power. So that's the goal here. That was the goal, is to get the camper powered up from the truck, and I've accomplished that. Not exactly how we started out to be, but I feel pretty good about it, because now this task is done, because I got 2 more nights. It's Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday night, that's it. I leave Friday morning, so got a few more things to put together in the camper. I don't know, that was like 3 hours, 2.5. A lot of figuring stuff out. I'm a carpenter, not an electrician. This electronic stuff. So we'll get it all figured out. Have a good time. Talk to you soon.